An error you're likely to see if you program Arduinos for any length of time is a function definition is not allowed here before the opening curly brace. And what that means is basically we're trying to create a function. The Tinkercad right now thinks we're trying to create this void loop inside of the setup, and it's telling us we can't do that. You can't create a function inside of another function. It's also giving us this error message down here, expected closing curly brace at the end of the input. Now it says the error's on line 14, but it's not really on line 14. It doesn't have any idea where the closing curly brace should be. All it knows is that there's an opening curly brace up here that doesn't have a pair, and it knows there should be a pair. Well, we know that the pair should be right here, and as soon as I put it in and run it, my error messages go away. Now sometimes if you have longer programs, it might be very hard to find a missing closing curly brace. So one of the things you can do is you can copy your program. So I hit Control A to select all, Control C to copy, and then I'm going to paste it into the Arduino IDE, the Arduino Integrated Development Environment, by pressing Control A, deleting everything that's there, and then Control V to paste. Now, the trick I'm going to use relies on the ability of the Arduino IDE to auto format text when I press Control T. If you look right now, all of my code is indented the way I would sort of expect to be indented. Things that should be inside the setup have been indented a couple spaces, and things that are inside the loop have been indented a couple of spaces. But these lines of code right here are not indented, nor is the closing curly brace for the loop. But now if I hit Control T, I see the entire loop gets indented, and that's because this opening curly brace indicates to the Arduino IDE that everything that follows it should be indented a couple spaces until we see a pair for this one to close it. Now there is a closing curly brace down here, but this one is paired with the opening curly brace for the loop. This is a pretty good trick for trying to find where you might be missing a closing curly brace, because all you have to do is look where you see functions are indented that shouldn't be indented, and you keep doing that until you go up and find a function that's not indented, and you know that your closing curly brace is somewhere below that, somewhere above here and somewhere below here. Kind of helps you zero in where to look. Once you add the closing curly brace, hit Control T, and everything is back to the way it should be.